If you're watching this video the day it came out within the first several hours to half a day, I'm off camping right now. If you're watching this and it's like 4 o'clock p.m., I'm probably home now working on the next video. If I'm not, then it's probably because, unlike a bear, I can't crap in the woods, and my intestines have ruptured, sending me on an agony-filled journey to the hospital. And if I never make another video again, it's because I probably died of sepsis. I know that was too much information, and now you have to live with that in your heads for the rest of your lives. Welcome to the final day of the week of single-figure reviews! Has there been a theme with these? No. So with this one, I asked my brother to pick what review I did, and the first thing he said was a figure I've reviewed 3 times now. So I was like, pick another, and then he picked a figure I've reviewed twice. And I was like, go again. And then he picked another figure I'd reviewed twice. Well, the 4th one worked out! Because he picked an actually timely figure. You see, a subscriber just asked me to recommend them a Masterpiece Transformers figure, no third party. And by the end of that conversation, he had settled on the Masterpiece Wheeljack. So hey, perfect timing, right? Let's start in reverse of the typical order, shall we? Wheeljack has always been one of my favorite characters in Transformers. Before I knew what a rally car was, I knew Wheeljack was one. And I always thought this car looked cool as hell. This thing also rolls really good, like one of the best rolling figures I have. There's this spring-loaded port in his roof meant to allow you to peg the gun onto it. Problem is, it only works when it feels like working. So if it's feeling merciful, I will get a shot of the gun actually attaching and a shot of it launching out. But knowing my luck, whenever I try to film a problem, it pretends it doesn't exist just to make me look bad. Anyways, yeah, cool car, and the other side is relatively kibble-free. One thing that's cool about the car is that it has a crashed off a cliff mode, also basically just a combiner foot mode. The reason I started off in this mode was because I wanted to show off one step of the transformation because I wasn't sure how this worked the first time I went to do it. So the door is the first step of the whole transformation, and you have to do it before you do anything else, and it has like this really complicated peg system holding it in place, so you kind of have to push down on the furthest tip of the door frame while futzing with the back end. The rear of the car won't go very far because it can't, but don't put too much pressure on it, you are just trying to get this tab out. Once this is out, the whole door needs to swing down, but it won't just go. It kind of needs to twist a little to get there. It's weird the first time you do it, but once you get the hang of it, it's fine. What's funny is that that is not the finicky part of the transformation, it's just the part not much like anything else. The finicky part is the arms with their multiple sliding hinge covers. Don't let me scare you, this is actually a really fun, smart, and rewarding transformation that you can get done pretty quick. Fun fact, while I was writing this review, I did a timed speedrun, and with one part getting hopelessly stuck, it still only took me 1 minute and 50 seconds to do the whole thing. There's an extra step I always forget to do, and that's flipping out more substantial heels, but I'll be honest, I've never found a need for them. Anyways, we end up with this great rendition of Wheeljack, who comes off a touch more athletic than he did in the show. Fun fact number 2, his head is designed to come apart in such a way that after you remove the screw, you can take off the mask and see his face. I don't recommend that you do that though. The answer to that mystery is much less rewarding than the question. Also, you can't just leave him like that. It's an Easter egg. The head is clearly, literally, no hyperbole, incomplete without the mask. Also, his thighs and forearms could stand to be gray instead of black though. Posability here is decent. He's got some crazy ankles and wrists, but the rest of his appendages really only pull a 90 at their peak. If you abuse the transformation joint, he's also got some backwards butterfly, though this does make him look like he's wearing a baggy shirt. I'd have loved a light-up gimmick that would make his ears flash, but no such luck. His shoulder launcher does have a detachable missile, but it's not spring-loaded or anything. If you want, he can hold it like a gun too, and it's pretty secure like this. You can't really find an angle that this figure looks bad from. I wouldn't say this figure is worth more than $100 before tax, but then again, he doesn't really have any glaring flaws, so what's a figure like that worth? He's a good-looking figure that transforms in a fun and interesting way with decent posability. The fact that his limbs only pull a 90 is kind of a drag. There really isn't a great reason for that as far as the elbows go. Look, I don't want to get too down on this figure. I really love this one. Put simply, it looks better than the Earthrise figure, transforms better than the Earthrise figure, it's painted better than the Earthrise figure, and poses better than the Earthrise figure. It's literally better than that one in all ways. Hell, it's not just that, it's a great figure in its own right. The only thing holding it back are those elbows and knees. Everything else here is good to great. Honestly, he's kind of similar to the MP Soundwave. We don't really see any competition in the third-party Masterpiece market for a new Wheeljack. Sure, there are legend scale ones, but really doing better than this would just be doing the exact same thing with more joints. And I don't know what you think, but that sounds like a winner to me. And that's not half of what I have to say, but it's enough of what I have to say. And I know, you know, what everyone else tells you to do at the end of these videos. So, if you like what you saw here, please do that. And if you'd like to take it a step further, then please, share this video with any friend you think may be interested. I hope you all enjoyed listening to me waste your time.